Alright guys, welcome back. This is Bad Senator. So today I'm doing a video requested by JJ and Grace Holmes, and that is Donald Trump versus Elizabeth Warren. So yeah, that should basically go without saying. I'm going to create a map for what I think would happen if Elizabeth Warren won the Democrat nomination, Donald Trump won the Republican nomination, and they faced off in 2020. I think the election would be very, very close, is what I'm going to say first off. It would probably not be as close as Bush-Gore, but it'd definitely be up there in closeness, because Donald Trump is unpopular, but I think Elizabeth Warren is too liberal to appeal to a lot of people, so I think it's going to be really close. Obviously, let's start off with some safe states for Warren. The entire West Coast, except for Alaska, is obviously going to be safe for her. Illinois, Progressive City, and Chicago. New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey. Not Pennsylvania, we're going to leave that one blank. But the entire Northeast as well, with the exception of a few states. I think that one electoral vote up there in Maine is safe for her as well. That gets her 183. Now let's do some safe red states, obviously. The interior right here. The sparsely populated states up here. Kansas, Oklahoma, we go down in there. Then we go to Arkansas. Some southern states that are safe red. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and South Carolina. In Indiana, that's obviously Mike Pence's home state. And two more calls that I think would be safe for Donald Trump, or three more, excuse me. Missouri, I think that Elizabeth Warren, and you'll hear this from me a lot, I don't think Warren would be the best candidate for Democrats to put up as far as it goes to appealing to minorities. I don't think that Warren would be the best candidate to really appeal to minorities, and you'd need a lot of those to win in Missouri, which she doesn't have. Iowa. Now, Warren is anti-establishment, but a lot of people voted for Trump because he's to the right of the establishment. Elizabeth Warren is very far left of the establishment. So yeah, I don't think that a lot of the Trump-Obama voters are going to come back around to vote for Warren in 2020. And then in Texas, same thing about the minorities. I don't think Elizabeth Warren could really win over enough minorities to really make that state competitive. Alaska, obviously. So that's the safe map. 183 electoral votes for Elizabeth Warren, safe for her. 170 for Trump. We're going to fill in the battleground states. There's a lot of battleground states. There are 182 electoral votes that would still be too close to call. And let's fill them in. Okay, let's fill in some more Republican states. I think Ohio would go for Trump pretty easily. Again, not enough of the Trump-Obama voters would be going back to Warren for 2020 for her to really be able to win big here. I think Donald Trump would be favored. In Arizona, you have some changing demographics there, but I still think that there are enough old guard people there to keep that state in Donald Trump's hands, at least through 2020. Let's do some more in states now. Wait, hold on. My thing's doing some weird things. All right, there we go, Democrat. I think that Elizabeth Warren could win some northeastern states. I think she would win New Hampshire because the Northeastern Progressive is a group that she could really appeal to. One of the only big groups she could appeal to. And for the same reason, I think that Pennsylvania would also go to Warren as well, because it is on the border of the Northeast and the Midwest. So I think that, since it's bordering the Northeast, the Northeastern Progressives residing in Pennsylvania would be enough to carry the state for Warren. Same thing in Virginia. Northern Virginia is basically taking over the state in terms of politics. And that puts that pretty likely Warren be the favorite there in Virginia. Let's do some more Trump states now. North Carolina and Georgia. I think those two states would be favored to go to Trump as well. That's because you have a lot of conservatives in those states, like true conservatives that are scared to death of Warren. And I think that they'd be pretty mobilized to vote against her. Let's do some more Warren states. I think that the states of Minnesota, Colorado, and New Mexico would also have Elizabeth Warren being favored in those states. And that's just because those states are, number one, blue already. Number two, they're progressive in nature. And I think that Elizabeth Warren is a progressive and she'd be able to win those states. And that leaves 4 outlying states here: Nevada, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Florida. I think that Michigan would go to Elizabeth Warren as well. And that's because you have Detroit, which is a very, very minority-heavy city, which I think would carry the state for Elizabeth Warren. I think they would turn out more for her than Hillary Clinton. Now, this seems kind of hypocritical considering I just said that Elizabeth Warren doesn't do well with minorities. I think that she definitely improved on Hillary Clinton, because with Hillary Clinton turning out minorities, there's a lot of room for improvement there among the Democrats. I almost think that any Democrat could turn out more minorities than Clinton did. And I think that any slight increase in minority turnout would keep the state blue for Warren in Michigan. And that leaves 3 states that I think are very, very close, but we're going to try to characterize them. Florida. Wait. Oh, yes, I forgot to fill in the rest of Maine as well. I think Maine would go to Elizabeth Warren, but I think that 1 electoral vote would also go to Donald Trump. So same thing as last time, basically. So now we're down to 3 states that I think would be very, very close. They'd probably decide the election, one of them. Florida, Wisconsin, and Nevada. Let's go east to west here. I think that Florida would go to Trump. Now, this is a risky call, because there are a lot of displaced Puerto Ricans from Hurricane Maria, which Donald Trump didn't handle that well, and they'd be angry and vote against Trump. Now, would they be mobilized enough to vote against Warren? Or vote Warren? Because, like, Florida is kind of like a more conservative swing state in a way. I think its conservative lean would just barely hold the state in the Trump column. Wisconsin. We'll come back to that one, because I'm going to make that more exciting and make Wisconsin decide the election. In Nevada, I think Trump would barely win that state as well, because in Nevada, I don't think that Elizabeth Warren could really get to bring out the vote early voting machine that Clinton was able to produce. That's how Clinton won the state, by the way. She just had such a big get out the vote early machine that Trump wasn't able to overcome it. But I'm not convinced that that happened again this time, especially with like the unions. It's questionable if they'd support Warren. So bottom line, I think that Trump would be able to overcome in Nevada and flip that state. It went blue in 2016. And now that leaves us with 266 electoral votes for Trump, 262 electoral votes for Warren. It all comes down to one state, and that is Wisconsin. You're probably going to all down or dislike this video after I click what I'm going to click. Trump wins Wisconsin. The reason I think so is because I mentioned with the Trump-Obama voters not coming back to Warren, and unlike in Michigan and Pennsylvania, you don't really have a big minority base to turn out as you do in Wisconsin. So I think that Michigan and Pennsylvania would flip because of those big bases for Democrats there. Wisconsin, not so much. So this is my final prediction. 276 electoral votes for Trump, 262 for Warren, give or take Nevada. And yeah, that's what I think it'd be. And if this was a scenario, the faithless electors would have a lot more prominence. Thank you for watching. Bye.